Part that awakens an unconscious. It's a part that we literally need to submit back to Christ. It's a part that we need to...
Does the frontal lobe, in a sense, impact everything behind it?
It pretty much controls everything. It controls everything. So all these different areas, these different colored areas, there's 7 different colors over here. The brain has 7 different neurological pillars, or 7 different types of thought. The human psyche is made up of all 7 of these. So all of us have all 7 of these, and we have to use all 7. But the way that they combine is different for every person. So every person will use them in a different way, different amounts, different combinations. And scientists have tried to work out if these categories can we categorize these 7, and it's impossible. There's an infinite number of combinations, the way that these 7 being the perfect number. Proverbs 9 verses 1 to 6 talks about the house of wisdom is built on 7 pillars, that it requires effort. So what essentially is happening is, neurologically, scientists have found is that we are each wired uniquely. We have these 7 pillars. The way that we think through things is unique for each person. So we all have these 7 pillars, but the way that you are receiving information now will be completely different. Every listener, every person seeing us will be processing through, they would loop, it's called looping. We loop through all 7 of these different types of thought in around about 2 seconds. So we do it around about 2,500 times an hour, around about 30,000 to 60,000 times a day. And that is different for each person. So the way you and Betty each loop through as you process is totally different. And when I talk about looping, in 2 seconds, depending on how your combination works, you loop from the frontal lobe, let's say for example to that one, and then back, and then to there, and then back, and then maybe to there, and then back, and then maybe to there, and then back. And each one's got a different depth of time that is spent there. It's totally unique to each person. And as that looping gives us a different perception, and that is our gift, this unique way that we think that will then manifest as fruit in our life. When this is blocked by gift blockers, that looping thing doesn't happen properly, and it affects the way that we actually function as a human. Now, I saw this and thought, well, how can we take this into a practical level? And I designed over the years a questionnaire based on my clinical experience and research and whatever, a questionnaire that just gives you a taste. So I've got a 210 questionnaire that's 30 questions that you fill in per section. It actually tells you about you. It tells you how you think, how you see the world. So let's say, for example,
I'm going to like this form.
You're going to love this form.
Okay.
It's all about you. So it's all about, and there's no wrong answer. It is. It's all about you. And each person can fill it. So you're filling it in, and it's going to show you how you think. So it's going to show you, for example, let's say this first area over here, besides being controlled, deals with what we call intrapersonal type thinking. Intrapersonal, which is deep thinking. We are designed for deep intellectual thought. We are designed to stand back and look at ourselves and understand about the truth of life. And the reason I designed this profile, what did you get out of it, is you to understand better how you actually do that process. So for example, if you fill in the questionnaire and you get your order, what it will tell you is the structure or the design of your thinking process, so you understand yourself better, so you can grow that, because you have a responsibility to develop that. And the brain, the more you use your gift, the more intelligent your brain becomes. Your brain is not limited intelligence. In fact, James and Betty, there's research that's been done that the more you worship God, as you go to worship, as you become part of a church or pray,
and this isn't going through some cookie-cutter emotion of what everybody else has done, or some stoic way, I'm going to think like everybody else, or I'm not. This is really getting...
This is using your gift. You see, one day I was asking God, how do I explain the exact question that you asked me to someone? He said to me, well, what is your passion? My passion is the brain, understanding the mind, teaching people. When I read books on the brain, I get excited. I see God, I talk to him, and say, that's what your gift is. It's my way that I've placed in you, that you think. And as you think according to those, it's a piece of me in you, you get closer to me. So you build your relationship with Christ. So my question is simply to explain to you the structure of how you think. Thinking through, some people will think through...
Firma, Victoria, stai ferma.
Each of these 7 types of thoughts plays a different role in that thinking process every 2 seconds. You know, like a photograph has to be developed, your thought has to be processed. So this is simply how you are processing a thought. So you go, some people would process the thought through deep thinking initially. Some people, the doorway into their thinking process maybe into the back of the brain, and that's the one that's visual spatial, more seeing things. This one over here is an interesting one, it's kind of static. So that type of thing, that may be the doorway into your brain, because your highest one in the questionnaire will be the doorway, how information goes into your brain. The second type one is how the memory is starting to build. The third one is how it gets firmed up and so on. Each it's like a developmental process. So someone builds their memories through, if someone receives information through this one, which is the movement-based one, sensory awareness. I used to get so many children referred to me in my practice with ADD and ADHD. When I profiled them, I said, these children don't have an issue. Explain what that means. If a child has this as their dominant movement, as the way that the information is received, if they have the next one down called, maybe that one over there is their second one, how they actually physically start building the memory, and that one down is musical. Musical is rhythm, reading body image, reading between the lines, instinct. Besides the musical side, it's also instinct. So if you have a child who's top two, you all seven working together. It's not just the top one that's important. If you have a child who's doorway to their mind through moving intelligences, those children are going to be through movement, so they're going to be doing this and acting. And if you tell that child, sit still, look at me, they can, but you close the door. So information can't be processed properly. So we process through our gifting. You've got to find the avenue.
And I don't need to feel